All right, welcome, free radicals. I'm Dave, having a pity party kind of day because of you call it demonetization or lack of monetary gain here on the partner platform known as YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to have a channel and a couple of channels, and I'm grateful for that. But um, it's not a message that I guess needs to get out. And as you can see, I'm doing the regular background from the other channel because, well, maybe it'll be more interesting. Maybe people will think it's a music video. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Dr. Shiva. I've reached out to his people, and we'll see if we can have him on. Somebody made a very interesting comment, though, about Dr. Shiva for president. It appears that Dr. Shiva was not born in the United States. So it's that's interesting. And I could say some controversial things like Barack Obama, where was he born? Of course, they provided us a birth certificate from the great state of Hawaii, so you can't really challenge that. Maybe Dr. Shiva will go down that route and challenge it. As far as RFK Jr. goes, I'm still listening. I'm still listening to what he's got to say. I haven't just thrown in the towel. But this is my take on politics right now. Politics is a train wreck. It's an absolute train wreck. There are people who I prefer. I did prefer the economy of 2019 over the train wreck that has been since COVID for the most part. And I don't think that was a self-inflicted thing. I think it had origins somewhere else above what the normal person can conceive. So we've been running off of that for a while. As far as Trump goes, it's, I guess, certainly a better presidency than the one we have now. That's how I look at it. I think the Trump presidency was better. I don't know if we need Trump back again. I'm thinking we need somebody younger and more energetic. I know the name ID thing is a big deal, but I'm wondering, does it even matter? Does it even matter? Everybody says get involved locally, do what you can with your state reps and the people that are closest to you. As far as being an influencer and worrying about things like the WHO, I've had James Roguski on a number of times. I mean, I've called, I've emailed, I've sent notifications, and people, for the most part, think I'm a little bit wacky when I do that stuff. And I'll continue to do it because maybe we can stop it, or maybe we can't stop it. And I just think we're going to have to live differently because the censorship, the shadow banning. I mean, what I think is happening to me is shadow banning, because I'm not talking about the right things. If I would just do videos about cats, right? Have a cat chasing the ball of yarn around because it's cute and lovable, and people just love to see what cats are going to do. If I had just done that, I probably could have been a millionaire here, but instead I decided to just shoot my mouth off. And so that, I think, worked for a while. And I'm just having a pity party today. I'm looking at the Tucker Carlson thing, and I'm looking at my other channel, and I'm looking at this channel, and I'm looking at politics in general, and I'm thinking, you can't break through with this. You're going to have to find another way. You have to create a parallel society, basically, to exist with the crazy people. That's what you have to do. Parallel society, parallel money transactions, because soon they're going to say, hey, we noticed you said some things. And again, the digital social credit score crap. You're not down with a certain alphabet soup agenda, and they add letters all the time. You don't know what they mean. And you think to yourself, I'm not trying to discriminate against anybody. It's just, that's not for me. That's not for me. Just like they're not for me and I'm not for them. It's pretty simple. I don't understand why this idea of coexistence has flown out the window. It's just gone. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I some of the stuff that's going on is insane. And if I say it's insane and it's out loud and people know exactly what I mean, then I'm called, the worst names in the book, or people like me are called that. So, how does this relate to what I do on the other channel? Because I interject some politics into it. I've taken some hard stances on things like the war in Ukraine. Not going to stop thinking that way. There's no evidence that the way I'm thinking about that is wrong. Nobody has convinced me that it's in the best natural or national interest to go ahead and be a part of something like that, and that it's good for our economy and it's good for the world, and we need to continue to be the global policeman and superpower. We're not a superpower anymore. We're not. We're not the table anymore. It's China, Russia, India, Brazil, and a bunch of others. Saudi Arabia is united. We're going to get screwed in so many ways because we don't produce enough of our own energy anymore. We don't. We've essentially offshored all of that, and the currency is it's in free fall. And I think what's going to have to happen is that Americans, looking at the culture war and then looking at their own personal circumstances, they're going to have to come to the conclusion at some point that the culture war, all right, is not as important as their own personal situation. And I'm talking about the people that are pushing the culture war and the division. Those people need to be damaged financially, which means we probably need a full-blown collapse of society. And because again, nobody really suffers that much. You see protesters with the Nikes and the nice clothes, and they've got cell phones. That's not suffering. Nobody's really suffering. Everybody's being told that they're, these suffering, poor, just people that aren't being heard, and they're being left behind and so forth. People don't know what it means to suffer. The people in the World War II generation, those people sacrificed. And this country initially was built, and some people, it was built off the backs of the Native Americans and all that. Okay, fine. Okay, we can't fix that. So what do? What do we have to do? Go back and just start over? There's just so much chaos, and there's so much that you can't even put it into words. You're thinking to yourself, we're supposed to get better. Life expectancy, one of the things that Dr. Shiva brought up, life expectancy is going down. It's going down. And why is it going down? Does anybody care? Because that's kind of that's like, hey, how's the quality of my life? Because it's not the most important thing, like your family and you. And you raise a few questions during the pandemic, you raise a question or two, and people are just like, yeah, dude, just get in line, do what you're supposed to do, and this will all get better. And it didn't. It didn't. Nothing got better. It got worse. And if you look at the insurance numbers, things have gotten scary. And nobody wants to address any of this stuff. And it seems if you talk about it, they're going to demonetize you or shadow ban you or put you in your place somehow and make you feel like you don't have any worth as a human being. So, yes, I'm rambling. I've come here to ramble. This is the Radical Independent. I'm not a radical person. I am independent. I will try in the future to talk to some of the same people I've been talking to now and then. It's important information. It's not getting out to many people. And I'm not saying I'm doing a bang-up job putting out content here every day. But, even when I do, based on the number of subscribers, you would think, again, I would get a few more views and a few more likes and a few more clicks, whatever it is I'm supposed to be getting. But, if Tucker Carlson can get fired, yeah, I get it. They sued and they settled the lawsuit, and some brainiac said it's not worth having the guy at the network. Well, here is what needs to happen. He needs to go somewhere else where he has even more freedom to talk. And we need to build out these alternative platforms but people need to be able to earn a living on these alternative platforms. I think that's been the big issue for me, is that, yeah, sure, I'll go over to Rumble and I made $1.77. I'm just like, okay, that's not working out. So you try to stay within the lines here on this platform here, and for whatever reason, I mean, they have buttons and switches and knobs, or whatever they're doing over there to kind of throttle back your output and your content. So anyway, that's my little pity party video, and enjoy the channel. Thank you for watching. Check out my other channel too while you're at it, The Real Music Observer, because you know what, I need the help. That's my main revenue generator, and I've built this for 6-7 years, and even this channel been going since Tulsi Gabbard, 2020, 2019. So yeah, I've had a couple of big videos over here just ranting and raving about how Tulsi won the debate, and Tulsi is still out there and she's still great. I'd be cool if she wanted to run for president. I'd be more enthusiastic, I think, about a Tulsi presidency than an RFK Jr. presidency. But you gotta go with what you can go with, and right now, I don't even think any of it matters. I think he's going to get destroyed. I think, to have false hope is just dangerous. You wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, yeah, this is all going to get better, and then it just gets worse, and you're like, all right, well, I'll just ignore that. So yeah, that's it. Done. See ya. Bye. Thanks.